first book I have is like general fiction, like just, stories about people's lives and their relationships kind of thing. I love the texture of this cover. It is like grainy, but in the best way. So this is Love. And Saffron, a novel of friendship, food, and love by Kim Fay. I love the cover too. I love the food on here. I'm such a foodie, so. Alright. So, the synopsis. Two strangers, one recipe. A friendship for the ages. Creamy risotto alla Milanese. Mussels in a hot, buttery broth. Chicken spiced with cinnamon and cloves. In 1960s America, Joan Bergstrom and Imogen Fortier understand the key to a savored life, delicious food. Young Joan is just discovering herself as a food writer in bustling Los Angeles, while experienced columnist Imogen is settled in her decades-long marriage on Camino Island outside Seattle. When Joan sends a fan letter to Imogen with an enclosed packet of saffron and a recipe, their journey of culinary exploration, soul-deep friendship, and personal transformation begins. A long-lost flavor surfaces buried memories, shifting Imogen's relationship with her husband into something new and exciting. And a quest to make carne asada opens the doors of a sheltered life, showing Joan that true love does not always come in the form of what we expect it to. As their horizons expand, their friendship becomes their anchor and their mirror through which each better sees and understands herself. Into this beautiful, intimate world comes the ultimate test of their belief that food and love can carry us through our darkest hours. So this one is kind of fun too because it also has some recipes in here. Like the recipes that the ladies are trying. In the book, you actually get to see them. And maybe try it too if you want. A lot of the book is written like, it's letters between the two ladies. So it's kind of fun. Okay, so the next one is romance. We've got some romance coming in. This is more of a, I don't know what the right word is, a cleaner kind of romance. imagined without leaving home. Boarding a transcontinental flight on the evening of her birthday, Susanna Conley has decided to give herself a long-deferred gift and take a break from the demands of her everyday life. Encouraged by her late mother's magical stories, she is traveling from the Connecticut shore to the fabled French Cameroon to see its famous white horses and find a mysterious saint linked to her family's history. Amid the endless silvered marches, she will find a lonely man, his daughter, and a part of herself she hadn't known she'd lost, until she realized how hard it would be to lose it again. In Light of the Moon, New York Times best-selling author Luann Rice delivers a spellbinding story set within a breathtaking landscape where secrets and revelations have the power to change lives forever. Okay, so next up we have a fantasy novel. Fantasy. This is The Secret of Dragon Home by John Peel. The Secret of Dragon Home. Look at the cover, it's super cool. It's like a castle, and the entrance is like a dragon mouth. So, Melaine and her younger brother Sorrow are talents hunted by the king's relentless seekers. If their talent is discovered, they will be sent to their death, so they must hide or die. Melaine and Sorrow find refuge at Dragonhome, the mysterious estate of the shadowy Lord Sander. Lord Sander also has something to hide, a dark and fantastical secret that haunts his every move. In order to save herself and her brother, Melaine must confront forces much stronger than her talent, tempests of magic, desire, and betrayal. If Melaine is not careful, her truth will be revealed. Melaine must unlock the secret of Dragonhome. As danger approaches, it will be her only hope. Okay, so this next one is like a self-help book. Self-help genre. So this is The Art of Letting Go by Nick Trenton. The Art of Letting Go. Stop overthinking, stop negative spirals, and find emotional freedom. Your mind should be your safe zone, not the noisiest place in the world. Restore your inner peace. The art of letting go is all about organizing the mess in your mind. It's about how to stop focusing on the past that is over or the future that may never occur, and being present in the situations that you can actually have agency in. It's about how to rewire the anxious connections in your brain and switch your mental programming and beliefs. It's about understanding that our brains are made for 10,000 BC and that you can afford to let your guard down. It's about trusting that things will be okay. I like this ball, big knot. It definitely looks like my brain and my stomach sometimes. Okay, so this is young adult genre. So this is Rules of the Road by Joan Power. Rules of the Road. This is a Los Angeles Times Book Prizes Young Adult Fiction winner. I love the sunset on here. That's so pretty. So I picked this one because it takes place in the summer. And I loved this book. When I was growing up, I probably read this when I was like 13 maybe. It came out, let's see, copyright 1998. 98. wishes she could just get out of town and take a break. So when Madeline Gladstone, the elderly president of Gladstone Shoe Stores, hires Jenna as her driver for the summer, Jenna leaps at the chance right into the driver's seat. And that begins a cross-country adventure from Chicago to Dallas, where she and Mrs. Gladstone learn a lot about the rules of the road and the rules of life. I also remember liking this because my dog's name was Jenna, so I liked that the main character's name was Jenna. Okay, so this is from the classic genre, classics. This is The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, which I'm sure a lot of people have probably already read, but it's a very nice, book for the summer. Of course, it's by Mark Twain. Okay. So, slavery was cruel, but it was the law. Huck Finn grew up along the Mississippi in the days of slavery. Huck was a homeless rebel, a boy who loved freedom more than respectability. Huck isn't above lying and stealing, but when he meets up with Jim, a runaway slave, he has a battle with his conscience. Jim tells Huck that his owner wants to sell him to a slave trader downriver for $800. Jim wants to go north to a free state. If he helps Jim escape, Huck knows he'll be in serious trouble with the law. But can he turn in Jim when all Jim wants is to be free? I love both Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer. I actually got to be Becky Thatcher in a play, Tom Sawyer, once, and it was my favorite role ever. Okay. So this next one is history. From the history genre. The texture of this cover is amazing. It's kind of that gritty texture again. So this is called Thomas Jefferson and the Tripoli Pirates, the Forgotten War that changed American history. I thought that a pirate story was very fitting for summer. So this is by Brian Kilmeade and Don Yeager. It's a really neat cover. Okay, so when Thomas Jefferson became president in 1801, America was deeply in debt, with its economy and dignity under attack. For 15 years, the new nation had tried to work with the four Muslim powers, Tripoli, Tunis, Algiers, and Morocco, whose pirates had been kidnapping American sailors for ransom, but negotiation proved impossible. Realizing it was time to stand up to the intimidation, Jefferson sent the U.S. Navy and Marines to blockade Tripoli, launching the Barbary Wars and beginning America's journey toward future superpower status. Few today remember these men and other heroes who inspired the Marine Corps hymn. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we fight our country's battles in the air, land, and sea. Thomas Jefferson and Tripoli Pirates recaptures this forgotten war that changed American history with a real-life drama of intrigue, bravery, and battle on the high seas. My dad really loved this book. So this is a Ken Follett book. This is called The Pillars of the Earth. The Pillars of the Earth. So there's like a really cool Gothic cathedral background on the cover. It's a very long book. So, The Pillars of the Earth tells the story of Philip prior to Kingsbridge, a devout and resourceful monk driven to build the greatest Gothic cathedral in the world has known. Of Tom the Mason, who becomes his architect, a man divided in his soul. Of the beautiful, elusive lady, Elena, haunted by a secret shame. And of a struggle between good and evil that will turn church against state and brother against brother. A spellbinding tale of ambition, anarchy, and absolute power, set against the sprawling medieval canvas of 12th century England. This is King Follett's historical masterpiece. So we've got two more books. We have a cozy mystery and then a not so cozy murder mystery. I felt like I had to include both genres because you get such different vibes. This is giving cozy summer. The other one is giving spooky summer. It's giving Summerween vibes. Okay, so this is Breakfast at the Honey Creek Cafe. By Jodie Thomas. Jodie Thomas, look at this amazingly gorgeous Victorian house. I love Victorian houses. I think they are amazing. I would love to have one. The only issue is I feel like you need to have quite a bit of surplus income in order to like take care of the needs of a lot of these old Victorians, because a lot of them need like rewiring, replumbing, very intense paint jobs, like, so I love to look at them, but I don't know that I would have what it takes to actually keep one up in good repair, you know. They need a lot. They're a little bit high maintenance. High maintenance ladies. They're often called painted ladies. Those style of houses. So. Very pretty. Okay. Piper Jane Mackenzie, mayor of Honey Creek, won't let a major scandal rip her quirky hometown apart or jeopardize her dream of one day running for higher office. So she's willing to welcome undercover detective Colby McBride, hired to help solve the mystery behind her wannabe fiance's disappearance. Colby's covered that he is an old boyfriend, now begging Piper for a second chance. Always when there are plenty of townsfolk around to witness his shenanigans. Piper hardly knows whether to laugh or cry, especially when she finds herself drawn to the handsome rascal. He's not the only newcomer she has to deal with. There's a new intern preacher in town, Sam Cassidy, drifting from one assignment to another since his one love died. Sam isn't sure he's the right fit for Honey Creek, but as Piper knows, this is a place chock full of surprises. And if she can keep her down and her heart from going completely off the rails, there may be a sweet unexpected future in store. Alright, and then this one is giving Summerween spooky vibes. This is the Frida McFadden, The Perfect Son. There's something so horrifying about like spooky little kids, like those twins from, what is it, The Shining? Count me out. Okay, so all families have secrets, but some secrets are deadly. Erica Cass has a perfect family and a perfect life until one quiet evening. 2 detectives show up at her front door. Mrs. Cass, we're hoping your son could answer a few questions about the girl who disappeared last night. A high school girl has vanished from their quiet neighborhood, and the police suspect the worst. Erica's teenage son Liam was the last person to see the girl alive. Erica has always sensed something different in her seemingly perfect oldest child. He's charming, smart, and popular, but mothers have the best instincts, and Erica knows there's more to her son than meets the eye. She wants to believe he's innocent, but as the evidence mounts, she can't deny the truth. Liam may have done the unthinkable. Very spooky. Alright guys, well